Hello and good morning from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Today is Sunday, March 9th, 2025, and we're back on the Barber branch of the Lehigh Valley Railroad. Right here in front of us is the Little Lehigh Creek, and then just up here is 10th Street. So the Barber branch had a grade crossing at 10th Street, and it serviced what is now being renovated into, I believe, apartments, but it serviced this huge factory right here. I'm not sure if this was the Mack Trucks factory or if this was a different factory. There was a lot of industry down in the 10th Street area of Allentown where the Barber, like I said, it had a grade crossing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow this all the way back to where the trestle is that I showed you last week. And I'm not gonna say a whole lot. It's kind of a long walk. So we're just gonna walk and we're gonna follow the old Barber spur. And I'll point out anything that looks kind of neat along the way. We're gonna see a lot of railroad ties, many still in the ground, and what looks like to be a switchback as well. Lots of discarded ties. I didn't come across any rails in the ground. The Barber branch was one of two inner city spurs that the Lehigh Valley Railroad operated, the other being the West End branch. There's not much left of the West End branch, unfortunately, but I'm actually surprised at how much is back here of the Barber. Didn't even realize I could get back here. And I saw there was a little bit of a trail leading from where we left off yesterday, so I followed it and it just kept going. Off on the other side of that wall there is Martin Luther King Drive. For those who are familiar with the Allentown area, might help to pinpoint where I'm at. We're coming up on the Allentown Waterworks and then the drop-off recycling center along 15th Street. As you can see, this all the ties have been left. Pretty neat. And it appears we actually have two sets. I believe there was a lot of heavy-duty switching going on along this line during its heyday. Seems like there's a lot of switchbacks and sidings just in this little area. Over here on the other side of the Little Lehigh Creek, we're now coming up on the Allentown Waterworks. As a lot of you noticed when you were looking at the maps the other day, the Little Lehigh flows down and it merges with the Jordan Creek, and there's a whole bunch of bridges, abandoned bridges down in that area. A couple Lehigh Valley Railroad, and Central Railroad of New Jersey. There's some bridges down there. We're going to try to get down that way. I drove by it today. It looks like it's doable. That area used to be a large homeless encampment many years ago, but I believe they cleared it out. The area that I'm referring to where the Little Lehigh and the Jordan merge, not this area here. I don't really see any signs of anybody living on this side of this side of the creek. All right, so now we're going to get into this interesting switchback area. We're still on the right-of-way right here. Now it looks like trash. The Allentown Waterworks. We're coming up on 15th Street. We'll actually go under the 15th Street Bridge, which is exactly what the right-of-way did. You know, I've driven past the Allentown Waterworks a gazillion times in my life, but I've never seen this particular area. So this is a first. Pretty neat. this was actually kind of impromptu. So of course I didn't write anything down. I could have told you what some of the industries were, as you all graciously informed me after last week's video. But yeah, I was on my way home after going to Catasauqua to catch the Sunday H66, and figured, let me give this a shot and see how far we can go in the other direction. It worked out pretty good. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there's some ties right there. So we're gonna have this little switchback area right here. So this is somewhere in here is our main right-of-way. And then it looks like they did some kind of, maybe a shove move up this way. You can see the ties are still here. We got ties here, got one there, and they just keep going. Ties in the ground. Okay, so again, that's your main thoroughfare right there. Now it kind of levels off here. Still have ties that go back that way, and then it goes up this way. So that definitely looks like a switchback of some sort to me, or possibly they spotted cars for loading and unloading here, and well, let's see. Yeah, no, there's ties. So somehow they went up there as well. Pretty cool. Alright. Let's get back down on the main. Not the main. The main of the spur. Now as we slowly work our way out of this area and under the 15th Street Bridge, the area becomes more manageable. I believe they used the right-of-way to build the new 15th Street Bridge. I guess that was maybe about 15 years ago. Please correct me if I'm wrong. The one that was here prior to this was an open grade bridge. And I believe that one, the actual right-of-way still went under that bridge. It appears the right-of-way has been slightly disrupted with the construction of the new bridge. That looks like a little, yeah, that's part of that spur. That okay. Not spur. Siding. There's definitely ties up there. Up above that hill there, that's Allen Gardens Apartments. I used to work there years ago. It's an alright job. Oh, we have some deer coming down. How about that? I probably couldn't see. Oh, I've noticed with the microphone on this phone, when I zoom in and out, the volume control zooms in and out with me. So I apologize for that. I'm going to try to keep that in mind as I'm doing my zoom ins and zoom outs. Keep in mind that you might not be hearing what I'm saying, so I apologize. So this is the 15th Street Bridge. Across the way that's the YMCA up there, and the Allentown Drop-Off Recycling Center. That deer might still be around here somewhere. Now this becomes much more manageable. This is clear all the way back to where I parked the car at, and then all the way to the old trestle that goes across the little Lehigh Creek right here. So in the future, and I don't know how feasible it is because it is marked no trespassing, but I'd like to go back to 10th Street, get on the other side there, and follow that for as long as I can, possibly under the 8th Street Bridge. But we'll have to wait and see how that works out. I don't know if there's any trace of the right-of-way left once you get north of Martin Luther King Drive and make your way down towards what's the name of that amphitheater? I'm drawing a blank right now. But there's quarries down in that direction. And I don't think there's anything left of the right of way to even find. And again, the Barber branch wasn't a very long branch. A few miles. But a lot of industry serviced. Believe it or not, even in this cleared out area, we're going to come across a tie or two. So yeah, like I said, I think they utilize this right of way to help with construction of that new 15th Street Bridge. There's a tie. Apologize for the length of the video. Try not to make them this long, but there's a good reason to. This apartment building coming up on our left, relatively new, a couple years old now I think, maybe 5. Apologize for that wind if you're picking that up. Never guess, huh? This was a railroad. Get the tie right there. Some neat cribbing over there. Martin Luther King Drive used to be called Lawrence Street before the name was switched over. I had mentioned in last week's video that I wasn't sure. And, somebody gave me the answer. I apologize for forgetting your name off the top of my head, but appreciate that answer. So I believe this is East Parkway Drive that we're coming up on now. We go down and take a look at the this old stone bridge, and then we'll head back up to the finish off walking the right of way. I'll put some details, if I can find them, in the description about this bridge here. This is pretty neat. Flood gauge on it. That's, again, the little Lehigh Creek right there. And then the quarry that this railroad used to service, I believe, is up on the other side of that ridge. I believe if you go up there, it's hollowed on the other side. Gorgeous. All right, let's go wrap this thing up. What do you say? So now we were back up on the grade. With a piece of rail. Unbelievable. I never knew this was here, and I've been back here a trillion times. There's a piece of rail here in the ground. How about that? And the ties are right there. Wow. That's pretty cool. there you have it. We have now connected the dots of the Barber branch from 10th Street back down to the trestle. It goes over the Little Lehigh Creek. We're not going to cross it today. If you would like to see me cross it and you haven't, a couple of videos before this one, I go across the bridge. And I had somebody ask, John asked about the abutments and the supports for this bridge. And I'm pretty sure it was all wood. Except for the steel girder, the deck, yeah, steel girder. It appears maybe a little bit of stone on the other side, but it appears this was all wood, and all wooden trestle. All right, thank you very much, folks. Sorry about the length of the video. See you down the road.